Iran is casting suspicion on Israel over the Riyadh embassy strike as new reporting intensifies. Focus on the March 3rd attack and its fallout. Fresh U.S. media reporting says the attack caused severe damage inside the U.S. embassy compound. However, Iran appears to reject responsibility. The Wall Street Journal reported irreversible damage to the embassy and said officials warned the strike could have turned into a mass casualty event. At the same time, Iran issued its statement as attention also shifted to attacks on critical infrastructure in Kuwait. Iran's IRGC said on April 4th that it condemned the attack on the U.S. embassy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The IRGC also said the embassy attack was not carried out by its own forces, responding to fresh scrutiny surrounding the incident. Iran appeared to shift blame toward Israel after new Wall Street Journal reporting revealed the scale of the damage caused in the March 3rd attack. The IRGC statement said, and I quote, "According to the Wall Street Journal, the U.S. embassy in Riyadh was attacked. We hereby condemn this move and declare that this incident has absolutely nothing to do with the Iranian armed forces, and given the strategy of the Zionist enemy in the region, this action is definitely on the part of the Zionists. The goals of the Iranian armed forces have been clearly stated in advance, and the necessary warnings have been given to neighboring and Muslim countries regarding the Zionist regime sedition in the region. It is essential for the countries of the West Asian region to be vigilant against the sedition of the American Zionist movement to destabilize and destroy the region." Unquote. The Wall Street Journal reported that the March 3rd attack caused irreversible damage to the U.S. embassy in Riyadh. The journal, citing officials, said the Iranian drone strike caused far more damage than was publicly disclosed at the time. According to that reporting, 2 Iranian drones slammed into a secure area of the embassy compound on the night of March 3rd. Officials told the Wall Street Journal that the drones heavily damaged 3 floors, including a CIA station inside the embassy. The attack sparked a blaze that burned for about half a day and left parts of the compound with irreversible damage. Officials also said it could have been a mass casualty event if the embassy had been struck during daytime working hours. Earlier, the Saudi Defense Ministry had said the attack caused only a limited fire and minor material damage. Meanwhile, Kuwait blamed Iran for an attack on one of its power and water desalination plants. Kuwait said the April 3rd strike caused material damage to parts of the facility. The authorities said emergency and technical teams responded under contingency plans to maintain operations and secure the affected site. Separately, an Iranian drone also struck a U.S. Army CH-47 Chinook at Camp Boring in Kuwait, according to reports. That strike reportedly caused severe damage to the American helicopter, adding to a series of U.S. setbacks. On the same day, Iran shot down a U.S. F-15E over its airspace, and both crew members were reported to have ejected. One American crew member was rescued, but the fate of the second remained unknown, according to reports. Reports also said helicopters and a military plane involved in the rescue operation were hit by Iranian fire. Afterward, President Donald Trump said the downing of the U.S. aircraft would not affect peace talks with Iran. Even so, peace efforts appeared to unravel as Iran rejected Trump's proposal, which reporting described as a U.S. plan that Tehran refused to accept. Despite that resistance, Trump said the U.S. operation involving Iran could be completed within 2 to 3 weeks.
We totally obliterated those nuclear sites. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons. They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles and would soon have had missiles that could reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth. Iran's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did, with the longest range possible, and they had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out, we took them all out, so that no one would really dare stop them. And their race for a nuclear bomb, a nuclear weapon like nobody's ever seen before. They were right at the doorstep. For years, everyone has said that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, but in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury, our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's Navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone, their Air Force is gone, their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I have traveled to Dover Air Force Base, and it's been something. I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, their husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives. And every single one of the people, their loved ones said, "Please, sir, please finish the job," every one of them. And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history.